Good afternoon, Dairy Township students, staff, faculty, parents, and community. It's hard to believe today is May 1st. The start of May is always a significant date on the school calendar, as an indicator that there is basically one full month of the academic year remaining. May is also typically one of the busiest months in the entire school year. And while this year is without question not your normal school year, May will nonetheless be an extremely busy time. In addition to continuing to provide our quality distance education opportunities, we also now have to begin planning for how we're going to go about wrapping up the school year. Normal routine tasks such as collecting textbooks and iPads, cleaning out lockers and desks, or turning in library books and uniforms takes on a whole new life in an environment where social distancing constraints remain in place. We are continuing to evaluate what we can and cannot do as Pennsylvania hopes to ease some restrictions in the coming weeks. And please know that we'll be communicating detailed plans to staff, students, and families as they're finalized with regard to these year-end procedures. At the beginning of this week, high school principal Dr. Smith and I shared some plans with members of the senior class and their families. We continue to feel it's important to acknowledge and celebrate our seniors as their time with us comes to a close. Among the things we shared in the letter are plans to offer a virtual senior awards presentation, a special version of the 2020 senior superlatives, and the delivery of special congratulations yard signs to each senior's home this coming Monday. Of course, with social distancing in place, but we're very much looking forward to that. Because we will not be able to hold an in-person commencement ceremony, we are working on a virtual graduation for June 3rd, the date that commencement has originally been set. We are hopeful that we can create the appropriate setting where students will get a chance to walk across the stage and be handed their diploma covers in a similar fashion to our traditional ceremony. There are no guarantees, and there are no promises that we can make, but we are exploring our options. We know that the fact that an in-person commencement is not a possibility, and we know that that's disappointing for all of our seniors and their families. And please know it is for us as well. It was not an easy decision. However, we continue to follow the guidance and direction that we're given. And with the governor's phased approach for easing restrictions currently in place, we do know that the rollbacks that are coming will most likely take place on a county by county basis. In addition to the 50 new cases per county per 100,000 population as a baseline maximum during the previous 14 days, counties will have to show enough testing, contact tracing, and help for high-risk areas before all restrictions are removed. And additionally, state officials will also look at the surrounding regions. If a county has low case numbers but is surrounded by counties with high case numbers, that county probably wouldn't be able to reopen, according to the Pennsylvania Department of Health Secretary Levine. And additionally, even when we do move to the yellow phase, which we all hope will be sooner rather than later, this phase will still prohibit gatherings of more than 25 people. Please know, we are continuing to work on what we can do, and we'll continue to share information and details as soon as we can ensure that they're accurate. So stay tuned for more details in the coming weeks. Now, I don't just want to talk about what's coming up, however, without also once again acknowledging the hard work, determination, and resilience already demonstrated by our school community. Our instructional staff has worked tremendously hard to prepare and deliver new learning in new ways. Our support staff has stepped up to really see how they can support our students and our families in amazing and creative ways. Students have adjusted to school at home. Our food service department has continued to partner with Cocoa Packs to prepare and distribute hundreds and hundreds of meals to our students. Parents have balanced the demands of their own work while assisting in schoolwork as well. And while we could not have anticipated the circumstances we find ourselves in, and I certainly would never have wished them for any of us, I also cannot help but feel a tremendous sense of satisfaction and pride as a result of what we are doing collectively. For years, we've promoted critical thinking, the COCO principles, and resiliency. And when I look around, I see those qualities along with empathy, kindness, and appreciation on display at every level, in every area, in every department, and within our community at large. So I'd like to conclude with a few shout outs. First, I'd like to note the accomplishment of Hershey High School junior Taylor Coda. Taylor was named Grand Champion at the 2020 Capital Area Science and Engineering Fair for her project Microplastics in Beverages. However, the COVID-19 pandemic forced the cancellation of the public recognitions associated with the win, including an all-expenses-paid trip to the 2020 Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair in California. I'm sure that has been incredibly disappointing for Taylor. But Taylor, congratulations, we're proud of you. Congratulations also to Michelle Yun and Ethan Sicker on being chosen for the AllState Band. While they won't get an opportunity to participate in that, it's quite an honor and we are incredibly proud of you as well. I'd also like to recognize 5th graders from Miss Coleman's class and 2nd graders from Mrs. Blum's class who took it upon themselves to send artwork and a letter of appreciation to staffers at Penn State Hershey Medical Center for their work during the current pandemic. Great way of demonstrating COCO principles and Citizenship Kids. In a previous video, I noted a number of seniors who had signed letters of intent to continue their academic and athletic careers in college. Add to that list Cohen Stover, who signed this week to run cross country and play baseball at Lock Haven University. Congratulations, Cohen. And finally, I want to applaud 2 of our high school students who truly demonstrated and lived out our COCO principles as they showed care and concern for another citizen in our community. This story was actually emailed to me from a constituent this past week who was so impressed with the character of these students and wanted to share his appreciation. Here's his email. Last week, heading to the grocery store, I noticed an elderly man crossing Sand Hill Road from Country Meadows. He was using his wheeled walker to navigate the crosswalk. When I was returning to head home, it had just started to rain. The same man was trying to make his way back across Sand Hill Road, but instead of the intersection crosswalk, he was trying to cut the grass between the sidewalk and the road closer to the Country Meadow entrance. Unfortunately, the grass was wet and the gentleman got stuck on the grassy hill. He couldn't get his wheeled walker up the grass and was stuck leaning on the speed limit sign. 2 boys walking further up the road came to his rescue and pulled him off the signpost and helped him get across the street safely. Now, we don't know both of the young men's names, but we do know that one of those Good Samaritans was 9th grader Ethan Caruso. So to both young men, thank you. Thank you for being great citizens. Thank you for being great representations of the character and quality of students that we have in Derry Township. And thank you for just being good people. So that's it for this week. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and that you get a chance to get outside, enjoy some sunshine and warmer temperatures. It's finally a true sign of spring. Thank you all very much. Take care and stay safe.